And we're back.
Back.
So we are on episode 5. The topic is gender expectations.
So what started this was Clubhouse again.
We love Clubhouse.
There's stats out that black women are out earning black men. And there was a young man on Clubhouse pissed off. He said, unfortunately, we still got to buy you bitches drinks at the bar. I said, well, don't go where you can't compare.
With your broke ass.
So, like, men are always asking, what do you bring to the table? What does that mean to you? How do you feel when people say that?
What do I bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, why are you asking me that? I mean, I get it. Like, what do you bring to the table? Because you want to know how, I guess, I can benefit you. But I feel like that's such a broad question that I don't want to, in return, say, nigga, what do you bring to the table? But I'm an alpha woman. So I already know that, like, I bring value to the table. Like, I bring a lot of shit to the table, drama included. So it's like,
Yes.
I match your energy, nigga. What you bringing to the table? If you broke, I'm broke. If you got money, I got money. Like, what do you bring to? I'm gonna match your energy.
You sit at my fucking table, like no.
Sometimes you don't realize a nigga's broke until you really get up in there. Cause niggas can have credit cards and be spending.
Scammers.
Scammers gonna scam and niggas is gonna nig.
That's facts.
For real. Oh, so for everybody that's listening, we're doing a live audience today. So shout out to everybody that came. Appreciate you.
Beautiful women in here that's like down with the shits, and I want to know what y'all think about when dudes ask you, what do you bring to the table? Now, this group of women in particular all own their own motherfucking tables, so I want to know what y'all think when dudes say that.
So Taylor invited her friends and I invited my friends, and I know that some of my friends here are entrepreneurs, the majority of them. Mm-hmm. I don't know about Taylor's friends, but I assume, because if y'all heard the last couple of episodes,
we don't like broke
Taylor
bitches.
Does not like broke friends at all. I try to say friends, but she
broke
said bitches.
Bitches don't like y'all. We're in our 30s, damn near in our 30s. Why are y'all still begging for money?
At this big age.
You can't grow your own shit. Like, not grow, but you can't make your own money. Like, I don't get that. So what do y'all feel about that? Like, anybody
girls
sick of
can't
that
even
question?
properly take care of their edges, let alone their funds.
Y'all see my edges? They slayed, honey.
Goodbye.
No, seriously. So, like, yeah, I feel like I asked you that 12 times.
My question is to one person here, as a woman, what can you tell a man that you bring to the table?
I feel like when I start dating, my name is Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea girl.
I feel like before I start dating a guy, I pretty much have done my research and I know whether he has something to bring to the table or not. We as women, we know what we bring to the table. We know we got businesses or we broke or whatever we have going on. So of course we're gonna try to match and get with someone that's gonna end up making, things run smoothly for us, whether it's finances or, whatever, family, whatever you're trying to get into, whatever your goals are when it comes down to these guys. And I feel like, I'm not going to end up dealing with somebody that I know don't match me. I have my own everything. So you need to have your own everything,
So I was at this black-owned business, shout out to Caffeine Coffee. At nighttime, it's Heavy Hookah. And I knew that we were going to be recording this, so I asked this couple. Basically, I said to the guy, what do you look for in a woman? His response was, I like alpha women. I said, oh, okay, we talking, blah, blah, blah. So later on, I threw that same question out. I said, okay, so what do you bring to the table?
To him?
No, I'm saying I am the motherfucking table. I pull up. I am the table. I pull up to the table. I said, well, how do you pull up to the table of an alpha woman that already came with her own table? I said, so you pull up with an appetite? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
It's a lot of bums out there. It's niggas out there looking to be taken care of.
It's not even about him being a bum. It's the fact that you did not know how to answer that question properly. Mm-hmm. I'm literally telling you to dig deep. And I gave him time. I wasn't trying to be pushy or aggressive or anything. I'm like, nigga, I'm going to reiterate the question. What attributes? I said, think of this
besides
as
dick.
But, I was like, I said, nigga, we already know that's on the table. Right. If it's even big enough to sit on the table. I said, I don't know y'all business. But Like, what do you really bring to the table? I said, think of this as a job interview. What physical, what emotional attributes do you bring to the table? What tell me about yourself. Like, goddamn.
He couldn't answer it?
No. He literally was like, I mean, shit, you done got a nigga on it. Y'all got some hella names on y'all type shit. Like, what?
What?
I'm asking you a simple ass question. I said, you've been living with yourself for 32 years and you can't tell what you bring to the table? I mean,
unresolved childhood issues.
No, this is what he said.
What?
Finances.
That's what they gonna go to.
Because they think
that's their fucking go-to.
Is power. Like, that's all they have to do. Like, no, you have to do way more than that. It takes.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I like a nigga with money. But do we not sit up here and say like he got to bring XYZ to the table? Like he's got to be doing this. He has to be achieved. Like he has to have these accomplishments before we even consider fucking with a nigga.
I would rather cry in a Lambo than a Civic.
Facts.
Absolutely.
But I'd rather not cry at all. Like, I mean, if you are gonna stress me out, I'd rather you stress me out with not financially. I'll say that. I'd rather you not be somebody that I have to come home to and be like, damn, I wish somebody would have did the dishes while you've been sitting here for 8 hours.
What did I say to one episode? It's okay to be single. I'm not dealing with no shit like
I'm not
that.
either.
Like, why? I feel like women settle just so that they aren't lonely. And so, like, they don't ask a man what he brings to the table. They just put up with whatever the fuck he got. If it's even a stool, like, they're just going to sit there and like, all right, babe, we're going to struggle together. Like, I don't understand why women are such pick-meshas still to this day in 2021.
I was literally buying these shoes yesterday.
Mm-hmm. They cute.
And I sent it. Thank you, girl. Shoe can. Me and Aisha, right here, went to go buy shoes. And I took a picture of these shoes. Oh, sorry, nigga. I know you watching. I took a picture of these shoes and the gold ones. And I said, which one should I get? And he said, oh, I wear a size yada yada. Get a gold.
No, he didn't.
I literally told the shoe dude, I will eat a shoe before I ever pay for a nigga a pair of shoes. Get off my motherfucker. I didn't even reply.
With your broke ass.
Like, and the dude was sitting there, he was like, damn, you wow. No, I'm dead ass serious. He said, that shit gonna hurt eating the shoe. Shut up, stupid. You know what the fuck I mean? That shit gonna hurt eating the shoe. Shut up.
So do you think, first of all, what is your definition of an alpha woman?
Let me bring something back. Me personally, I was not on the front lines marching for women's rights. Let me say that again.
You see that meme, feminism going out your body when the check come?
I seem to have left my card in the car.
And then the other meme when he's like, when she act like she forgot her wallet.
Damn, that's wild. You left your card at home? Damn, that's wild.
These crab legs look good. Good to the bitch.
No, but for real, like, I wasn't marching for women's rights. And let me go back to how I was raised. I was raised by my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother was a housewife. Mm-hmm. She literally, when my grandfather came home, he didn't have to worry about his food being cooked, his clothes were ironed. She did everything for him. Mm-hmm. So being that that's how I was raised, when people used to ask me, you know, how many kids do you want? I always used to say, I want like 4 to 6 kids. Like, I want a big family.
Until
I want to
be
married. I want to I want a lot of kids. I want to be married, you know. I never really knew what I wanted to be. Like, I knew how to do hair and shit like that. So I'm like, I want to be a hairstylist, but like a kitchen hairstylist. I never thought to be a beautician, to go get a hair license and shit like that. So the older I got, I still carry those values in me, but the dating pool is trash. So trash to where it makes me have to protect my heart and protect those things that I actually want to do naturally. Like, I have to hold back doing things because a nigga will run over you type shit. So
you gotta play mind games with these clowns. I don't know why. Like, men are fucking weird and I don't understand. And I know shades to our production team because y'all are good. But fuck these niggas. I can't I don't get it. The reason why I'm such an independent alpha woman is because, like, my dad would, and I love my dad so much, but he would always say, "You ain't got shit because you wouldn't have shit without me." So I always was like, at a young age in high school, I started braiding hair. Guess what? I'm gonna make my own money. Like, I've never wanted to be dependent on somebody else. Now, if you giving me money, that's cool, but don't think that I need your money. Like, I can do my own thing. So I've never wanted to be a housewife, like, or even the idea of being a kept woman just doesn't sound ideal to me personally. So I was
No,
on
the
front
older
lines.
I got, me and my sister both, like my sister's 6 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So once she got married and certain things like that, we finally, I don't know what it is with black families, but we keep a lot of secrets. We don't talk about things. So me and my sister, my cousins, our generation, we make it we do our very best to actually start talking about things. And in retrospect, we're like, remember when we were growing up and da-da-da-da? So me and my sister have had that talk, and she was like, she was ready to, I can't say that. She was ready to make a drastic decision.
Okay.
And my grandmother swayed her from doing that. And that changed her perception of my grandmother. And she was just like my grandmother's idea of marriage and everything is kind of so thrown
Biblical?
off and
Is it biblical?
and biblical.
That's where a lot
Old,
of
thrown
ideas of
off
marriage
and
come
biblical.
from.
That is just like, I'd rather, what is that damn song? Something about like, I'd rather, a piece of man is better than no man or some shit
No,
like
the
that.
fuck
And
it ain't.
and the older I get, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how you were married for 60 something years. Like,
Because she dealt with his bullshit?
I think that's
what
what
a
he was
lot
in
of
the
people- I
military,
think
so
that's
you
what a
know
lot
he was
of-
cheating.
Back in the day, like, again, we talked about
My
this.
grandfather probably rolling around in his grave right
We
now.
talked about this, though. Back in the day, women couldn't do shit outside of a husband. So, like, they stayed in it and, like, a piece of a man was better than no man. They were sharing their men and they knew about it. And it was as long as he was taking care of home and providing and all that
Financially,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, funny story. So, my family is from Cleveland, Ohio, but they migrated from Alabama. So,
the gump.
Right.
Country.
So, like, they went to, I guess my great-grandfather went to Cleveland, got on that one-way train, and decided he wasn't coming back.
Not the one-way train.
My great-grandmother found out this nigga had a whole nother family up there. She packed them kids up and went up there and took her man back. And then they just never talked about it. Like, I would have left his little black ass up there by himself in the cold. Like, no.
Now, my other grandma, my dad's side, real fucking story. My grandmother has, let me see, my dad, my aunt, my other aunt, my uncle, 4 or 5 kids. 5 kids. 4 with him. They were married. He left her, moved up the road, meaning this is Maryland.
Like, next door?
No, up the road. Okay, so like, imagine you getting married to a man in Houston and he moves to Katy. Starts a whole nother family and changes his social security number.
That sounds like a
That's
25
deep.
to life type of shit.
So
You gonna leave me and my kids?
One of my uncles and my aunt disowned this nigga. Like, it's so much drama in my family, but this is shit that nobody ever talked about. It was just kind of like, why we don't ever go to our grandpa's house? Why are we calling him Sonny instead of grandpa type shit? Like, and it wasn't until we got older and we started unpacking our bag, like, of bullshit to where it was like, damn, that's what happened? So when I got older, I literally had to approach my uncle like, yo, why are you not letting your kids go see our grandfather? Like, that's fucked up. But anywho, let me stop because I might.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reel us back in real quick. So if we're talking about gender expectations, was he still expected during that time to make sure his kids were fed and clothed, or like did he just get a pass?
My grandmother said, fuck him, bossed up, and just did her own shit. That's bringing me back to nobody was marching for this mother.
We had to be independent. We had to be able to rely on
White
ourselves.
women was marching for it, and black women just kind of joined in. I said it.
Because we couldn't do shit. We couldn't do shit. Like, I don't get why.
We already had our own fight as black people. But white women was marching for this shit because they were enslaved by their husbands. And here came us joining the shit. We wasn't marching for this shit.
Speak for your motherfucking self. Because I'm watching all them old school movies where the husband was beating the wife and it was okay. Fuck no.
No, but literally, we had our own fight going on.
Yes.
That wasn't even none of our concern at that time. We just as women, as black women, are loving, nurturing people. So we said, hey, Karen, we'll march arm in arm with you and fight for the fight. And then now Tyrone was saying, well, fuck y'all, and kept fucking everybody else and continuing doing his own bullshit. Like, we had our own shit going on. Like, we didn't even need it. That was the least of our concerns at that time. Now that I'm older and, it's 2021, I get it. I'm glad we are where we are. But I still want to just be at the house taking care of the kids and...
So I know you. You have a very dominant personality. But I know you ain't finna roll over for no bullshit that a man has to offer you, because I'm pretty sure you could have been a kept one a long time ago.
Crying that Lambo.
So what has prevented you from what
Crying in
keeps you
Lambo?
going?
I ain't met a nigga with a Lambo yet.
You stupid, bro. Like, you're so fucking stupid. So we're gonna reel this back in and talk about don't compete where you don't compare. The reason this topic got started, because I was on Clubhouse because I was bored 3 o'clock in the morning, listen to these niggas bitch about having to pay for drinks. Like, I don't get. So in Houston, you can run into a drug dealer, a scammer, a physician, a fucking entrepreneur, a philanthropist, anybody that can just put their card down, all this cash, and like, as women, I'm gonna pull all 12 of my homegirls up and we gonna go drink for free. Like, that's...
We did at 50-15.
We do it all the time.
Remember when that nigga came up to you and he was like, you look real young. How old are you?
Oh, I got a funny story. Like, he was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 30. I said, I'm 30. And I was like, if my ID... He didn't believe me. So I said, if my ID shows that I'm 30, you owe me and all my bitches a round of drinks. And so he was like, how much does that cost? I was like, oh, it's like $10. That bitch came out to $76. And he was like... I don't ever want to talk to you again, like, for the rest of the night. And I'm like, sir,
thank you.
don't sit up here and act like you got it and buying drinks and shit if $75 is going to hurt your pocket. No shade to anybody, because you know what, I don't like spending money like that. But if you ain't got it, stop fronting and that you are able to do this. Anywho, so I was saying in Houston, any given day we could pull up and, like, get fucked up, get rides home, hotels. For fucking free. Food, free meals, all this shit. And go home and do the shit all over again. And this guy was like, that's not true. That's just some bullshit. That's that shit you see on TV. No, it's not. There's a Bentley parked in my garage right now. I live in an apartment. But it's like, it's niggas that
She
got
said
it.
in my garage?
My apartment garage.
Hey, I ain't gonna say a few broke ass friends, but
yes, we do.
I got some broke ass friends. And them motherfuckers don't never leave the house with money and come home. So shit, the shit's pretty fucking true.
Yeah, so like, and then he was crying about. So the guy on Instagram or Clubhouse was crying about, black women out earning black men. He was like, so why do we still gotta take care of y'all? And I feel like y'all just really want to be our girlfriends at the end of the day. Like, I don't get where this whole, you guys should take care of me, cook, clean, go to work. We all do this. We all gotta pay fucking bills. Like, we all gotta take care of ourselves. Like, why are y'all always upset about us being independent and then still wanting to depend on you? Like, at the same time, like, trying to make you feel like a man. Oh, you want us to be submissive in every other area except for the finances. Fuck all that. I can't stand broke niggas.
We gonna pass the collection plate around.
Shit.
Just put $1 in. No, but for real, and I tell my friends this. Aisha, we were just having this conversation yesterday. How is it that when you are in a bind, I'm in a bind, Nate. You should never be in a bind if your main thing is, I got niggas, this coochie is good, and the coochie ain't that fucking good if you in a bind. You should never be in a bind. If you unless you're fucking celibate.
I don't get why people are fucking broke niggas. Like, niggas, why are you? And the ones that don't want to get tested either. Like, I'm so over that shit. Oh, I gotta pay to go to Planned Parenthood. Shit, yes, nigga.
No. Thank you, gender expectations. Let's bring it back.
Sorry.
Who is supposed to go get tested? I thought both of us at this big grown ass age. Do you know there is literally? Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm yelling in the mic.
Sorry. Let me bring it back. Women, I love drug dealers just as much as you, because it's money that's just untaxed. It's coming
fun.
and it's coming and it's coming. Where the money reside,
Right here.
But please remember, most rappers, drug dealers don't have fucking health insurance.
They don't. Planned Parenthood is right up the street, though.
When the fuck do you think they're getting tested?
When you get tested.
And they waiting on your fucking results. And they waiting on your fucking results.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
And then, bitch, if you don't go get tested, y'all just fucking and just spreading shit like fucking COVID.
You know what's crazy? Niggas are scared of the vaccine, but they ain't scared of raw dog. I don't get that shit at all.
What's even worse?
I don't fucking get it.
A nigga will eat the shit out your coochie.
Out your ass. Where fucking hepatitis C
But then
resides.
we'll reach over and get a condom.
You already sucked up the disease, sis.
What?
The fuck? sick of you dirty. I'm sick of you bitches allowing that too. Like, there's like, I don't get why women are so like scared to say put on a condom. Like, what? It's your body.
Which brings me back to the last episode. A nigga will grab a ramen noodle seasoning packet and act like he's putting on a condom. Just to fuck you raw. That shit, I swear to God, my right hand to the man. That shit literally happened. I was going to have intercourse with a man, and the first thing he said is, man, can you just roll over so I can do it? And I'm thinking, damn, you don't even want to fuck me? All right, we'll fuck it. Okay. Horn dog. Let's go to Pound
Was this that
Town.
morning sex?
I turned around.
And something in my spirit, one of my ancestors tapped me
Said,
on my
"Look back
shoulder and was
at
like, look back at it. I looked back and the nigga took he put the condom on first, then turned me around to say, let me do it. And I turned around and he had took the condom off and was about to put it in.
Do y'all know that's not consensual, and you can go to jail for that shit? Like, stop doing it.
I swear to God, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with
And I
niggas?
kicked him the fuck out, blocked him, never talked to him again. It was just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So did you have to you gotta wait, 2 weeks to go get tested after something like that?
I didn't do it with him. I just told
Oh,
we
no,
were
I was
about
just
to
thinking,
have sex.
that's fucked up.
And you gonna turn me around and like, do you have AIDS? Are you trying to kill me? Like, that's the first thing.
No shade, like anybody that does have it, but I'm just, oh my gosh.
Shade to all y'all that do that shit.
Well, I'm saying that has the virus. I don't want anybody to feel like we're talking down on them. Because people are
Sorry.
just like, are in situations to where they are misled, I guess, because they didn't go get tested beforehand. Y'all should go get tested with your partner beforehand, just FYI. Or use a condom up until then. That's just my little advice for the day. But yeah, some people have been
and some people are born with it. I get that.
right, so I didn't want to make anybody feel bad about it. Like, but yeah, y'all need to stop doing that shit. Because that's the first thing I think. Like, damn, this nigga get tested recently. Like, was he fucking with a bitch that got BV? Was he fucking with somebody that, got chlamydia or anything like that? I'm always scared.
You know, another thing that's crazy to me is when I was talking to that same couple at Caffeine Coffee and we're having these discussions, I was letting him know that on like the third date, I'm 31 now. I will ask, hey, what's your credit score? What? That's like me asking you how much money you got in your bank account.
What if you pull up that
it's
Credit
not.
Karma?
No, I said, no, the fuck it's not. Did you see that meme that was
Yes,
like,
Credit Karma
be telling you your credit score is 1,076? You go to buy a car, they be like, nigga, your shit is 220. Get the fuck out of here. Like, but no, for real. I said, that let me.
Right there.
That let me know.
So do y'all ask people how early is it?
I need to know.
How early is too early to ask somebody about their credit score?
First date. No, that ain't too early.
So I'll answer this. I don't ask about credit score, but early on I will ask about how much and what figures that they make. Because again, I am a physician, so I do want someone compatible. I'm not gonna date below me. So you have
Put
to
the
be above
fucking
me.
camera on her. Yes.
And my whole
She
thing
know what
is,
she want.
if you want me to bow down and be more of a type B personality female, then you're gonna have to be really an alpha male in every aspect of my life. So I don't ask credit score, but I will ask finances. I will ask about debt, especially if someone's a physician like me. I went to school on a $40,000 scholarship. Did you go full ride? What medical school loans do you have? So yeah, I do ask specific questions, and to me, it's teasing it out. And some people do get offended early, and your response shows me that a hit dog hollers.
I fucking
that's all I
said the
said.
same shit.
When they start getting an attitude, I'm like, all I say is a hit dog holler, and they get mad even more.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And
Don't
bringing me
compete
back
where you
to-
don't compare.
No, well, bringing me back to that point though, he said, "Well, damn, so you're not willing to work with it?" I said, "No, you're not listening."
You're not fucking
All I did is ask you, what's your credit score? Your response gonna let me know all I need to know. Amen. Now, if a man was to say, I mean, shit, it's like 650, but I'm actively working on it, I can fuck with you. I done sat with a nigga that said, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I
So
can't.
what happens if he just come out too fast and say, oh, 850?
Let me see it.
I don't do that. Because what if he has the cars, the finances, other things that you can see later on?
See it.
She said.
I did. I
Y'all,
did ask
Toya's
him.
not lying. That's
I did. I asked, and he literally went and showed me. So that was on the third. Okay, so let me tell you about the nigga that actually showed me. He's the one that changed my perspective on it because I was 26, I think, when we first started dating. And on the third date, he asked me what my credit score was. And I was that ignorant person to say, damn, nigga, why? Because I didn't know. And I was going to Texas Southern the illustrious Texas Southern University. And I already knew my shit was fucked.
So what'd you tell him?
Why?
You know what's crazy, though? Like,
damn, why? I mean, because he was 10 years older than me. Already had a house. Already had, he had some bomb dick. Fine. I never fucked him.
Oh, damn.
Never even seen this. That's a whole nother story. Hang on later for the next episode, y'all, because I'm going to tell y'all a story about this nigga. But anywho, he, segued into all that shit, and I didn't feel comfortable having that conversation with him. But after he was telling me why, like you just did, I said, this took me, I think, a year to understand why he asked me. No, this shit took me like 3 years to understand why he asked me to. It took me until I got my own business started. Mm-hmm. I got this. I started working on my credit. I was getting into a house.
To understand.
Sometimes it does take time. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not bashing anybody for not having good credit. Mm-hmm. But are you actively pursuing getting good credit? Because credit, honestly, means more than money. You can have $150,000 in your savings account and you go to try to buy a fucking something and they be like, let me see your credit score.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I lie about shit like that. Like, I will sit up there and tell you, I'm like 350, I don't know. Because I don't need nobody stealing my shit. Like, you on a third date, I don't fucking know you. Like, people will sit up there.
You preach about red flags, though.
That's what I'm saying is, you asking me that, to me, you're a scammer. So I'm not fucking with you. Nah, my Neo, she was telling me how she had, and this bitch balling like a motherfucker, right?
Can I
get
a weed?
She had this nigga staying with her when, like, they was dating for a couple months, and then she realized she had, like, a new couch taken out in her name. Like, she didn't realize that, because he knew she had good fucking credit. So I'm not sitting up here telling you on the third date what I got going on, because I'm just gonna lie and, like, we're gonna have to kick it. And my bad, I drank all of that. We're gonna have to sit up here and, like, just get to know each other. Like, and once I get comfortable with you, then of course we could talk about that. But other than that, I'm finna lie. Like, I tell people I'm broke now. I tell them I work at the dry cleaners. Like, they don't need to know what the fuck I do. And like, once we're getting to know each other and court each other, then we can get more personal. But I never sit up here and tell people what I got going on, because I don't trust these niggas in Houston. A lot of them y'all came from Atlanta, and I know what y'all be doing out there. But yeah, so, like, I don't know. Like, is that fucked up? Like, would there's a man in the audience now. So if you met a bitch with a woman, I'm sorry, with sorry,
you met a bitch.
If you met a woman with a 300 credit score and
how would he know she has 300 credit score?
She told him. You asked her. She told him.
Yeah, she told you because she fucking lied. You met Taylor.
And,
what would you do?
She told me she had 300.
350.
350?
Not 350 like it made it better. 350.
I wouldn't believe in no ways, you know what I'm saying, most likely. I don't believe when it come to, like, women in numbers, you know what I'm saying, it should be off.
So what the fuck you trying to say about women in numbers?
I'm just saying her age, body count, you name it. It's a lot.
Excuse me, we what?
So,
we lie?
Saying, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we talking about sex count, because clearly that.
And niggas say we too, and yeah, all of that.
What J. Cole say?
There,
she
you know
she had sex with 4, 5 niggas multiplied by 3.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so if she told me 350, that's amazing. That's good for you.
Shut up.
That's great for you. I go about my business. Most of the time, I just want to know. I ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm just curious. Oh, 350, that's dope.
How you did that? That's dope. How you do that?
Please, that's it. I ain't judging. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga, you said check please immediately after.
Yeah, but,
that's dope. Check
so you're
please.
not fucking with her then?
350. What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do to my 375?
Suck
you know what I'm
the
saying?
shit out your dick for 350 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Clearly.
Okay. That makes sense.
Them be the ones.
So ladies, my accomplished ladies. So would you, if a dude told you he had nothing but you thought he was lying?
Girl, who you talking to?
Tiara.
Her with no.
But she thought he was lying. If you
So
like,
it depends upon what his career is. Because again,
so say he is a neurosurgeon.
Let's say, like, if he's a medical student, let's say you are a medical student, but you're trying, or even a resident like me, but you know you're about to be an orthopedic surgeon. They about to make what, 500,000 and 650. I don't care about your credit score right now, boo. You got medical school debt, a little bit, some things like that. I could take it because of where you're going to be in the future.
That's
So-
investing in
That
your man right
motivation,
there.
that
Yes,
motivation
get him while
underlining
he
it
young.
to say it.
I am a home health and hospice account executive. I done been on too many dates with doctors that are fucking, I don't want to say poor. But let's use
For a
broke.
while they are. For a
the
while they
synonym.
are. Because they got to pay back student loans.
Fuck that, exactly. No.
It's not necessarily student loans, though. It's also, you got to understand, the person who's a doctor that's black was normally the geek in school. So,
Oh, this
to finally
nigga
come into
came to me with a
money,
fucking suit on
they're
that stopped
trying
here.
to.
They're frugal.
They're trying
They're
to
frugal.
finally. No, not frugal. They're trying to stunt.
broke.
They're trying to get the girls to look at my money. So I've been with orthopedic surgeons who are attendings while I was a medical student, and literally was looking at his bank account while we're going to eat. And I'm like, well, do I need to pay this bill? Because I'm a med student. I don't even have to look at my bank account. Because again, he drives a Porsche, but he stunts all the time. Where he pays for rent and what he did in DC
Living
didn't
above your
add up to where he.
means.
Thank you. So you got to understand that it's a give or take. There are truthfully people who are poor physicians,
I'ma
and a lot of them are
just
because
bow
they're
out.
trying to compensate for what their childhood, their middle school, high school, and even college.
That sounds like a
experience was.
foreign.
You know, and that's why I say it's childhood
It's a no for
trauma.
me.
So
It's
it's
a
not that they
hard no
don't
for
got money.
me.
They got money more than the general population. It's how they handle their money.
Nerd.
That's also a red flag. That's a red flag, yeah.
So if you can, okay, so bringing me back to the conversation we had with the nigga at Caffeine Coffee. He said, but credit don't mean shit. It's about money. It's about money management. Because you can have $150,000 that you make a year.
Plus more.
Ain't living
And
paycheck
at
to
the
paycheck.
end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Especially being an entrepreneur, bitch, you pay taxes. The fuck?
So,
Miss me with that broke bye brokey.
So you're not
No,
splitting
that-
50-50?
What? Am I gonna what?
Split 50-50. He got potential.
Matt,
You gonna
may
have
I
some
say-
smart
may I
kids.
say something to that?
Go ahead.
Fuck
honestly
them
speaking-
kids.
honestly speaking, huh?
Facts.
I said, yes,
Fuck
man.
them.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
playing.
yeah.
Yes.
Honestly speaking, as the only guy in here right now or whatnot, I will say this: that when women tell their credit score, I promise you, honestly, we don't give a damn. We barely care what you do for a living.
Yeah, we know.
honest
We know. You came in way late to the conversation, buddy. We
Oh, my
know.
bad. Yeah, we don't care. And like you said, really with men, when it comes to us, it don't matter how much money we have.
Long
It's
as the
really
coochie good.
Our habits that you need to watch.
Coochie credit is the best
So, for
credit.
instance, I know a guy that makes a lot of money. That's also that is a bit of the truth, or whatever. But yes, that's great credit. To be honest with you, head on
It
the
is.
So
It's a nice form of
I
payment.
think you
To
gotta
be
watch
honest
your
with you,
credit. Like,
that's
I
a
know-
down payment on a house.
I know a guy
Coochie.
that makes around $450, right?
$450,000 a
He
year.
has a gambling habit though.
Just make sure we're on
He has a gambling-
$450,000 a year is how much you make.
$450,000 a year.
You could have
Yeah,
said
yeah.
$4.50 an
Stupid.
hour.
Yeah. And my millionaire
450 a
buddies, some
week,
of them have
we
coke
need to-
habits. You know what I'm saying?
Coke is an expensive
So it's
drug.
like,
what I've
yo,
heard.
what
Like they
is
said,
watch a
on
person's
TV.
habits, and their habits are not always bad. Like I have a friend, he loves to invest. You know what I'm saying? So it just watch a guy's habits. That'll tell you a lot. What you need to know, what you finna deal with. So yeah.
Didn't I
So
say that
we don't
last
care
episode?
what you
Red
got.
flags.
We don't
I said, yeah, you need to start paying attention. Like, yes, a dude is
Them
gonna
red
talk
flags
to you
be
real
like Six
sweet,
Flags,
make you
sis.
know he gonna make everything sound beautiful. But watch that nigga, like watch what he does, and then you gonna know who you really fucking with.
Now that you're okay, so a lot of women need to understand too. Remember when I was asking you a question? I mean, you said that you lie to niggas when they are asked if they were to ask about their credit.
I don't tell them what I do either.
A lot of women do need to protect certain things too, because a nigga will manipulate the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm. I know so many women paying
tell me
alimony.
everything that
I literally
a
know
nigga's
women paying alimony. No, I'm not.
No,
never,
a
not doing
nigga's
that.
favorite thing to say, not even about what you doing, none of that. A nigga will say, so what type of nigga do you like? What type of things piss you off? What type of things do you like? And a nigga will digest all that shit and become the nigga that you want. Just
Women do it
to
too.
shit on you later.
Because people ain't shit. They will do that to you as long as they know that it's working.
Hold on. Come to the mic. Come
Come to the mic. Come to the mic. Come to the mic. Come to the mic.
Come to the mic. Come to the mic.
Whoever was talking.
You.
Sorry, I was taking photos. But what I said was, even if men were doing that in high school, people do what they know works. Until the shit doesn't work no more, they will continue to do it. So if homie knows, man, look, I'ma ask boot. Sis says she like a man to do this, and her. So next week I'm gonna give me a coat.
That.
I'm gonna go wear me a Kango, and I'm gonna pull up on her and take her to dirt or whatever case may be.
How old is he with the
What-
Kango?
I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there.
Okay.
But either way, it's like he know that shit work. It's been getting him girls since 2008.
I mean, niggas do
Clearly,
that just till
'cause
they get
he
the
still
pussy,
got a
right?
fucking
They
Kango
they
on.
do what they gotta do until they fuck,
do
and then
what
if
they have to do.
That's what they want.
I'm
If they're
gonna
done,
exit.
they're out. Like niggas are gonna
if I can
nig.
open it.
So Delisha was saying how like niggas will do anything they gotta do to get in your good graces,
Right,
To
right.
get the booty, to be kept.
All that.
And I'm saying that is true. So you gotta watch niggas and watch their habits so you can really get to know them because they get super comfortable to the point where they think they can just pop up at your motherfucking house and that ain't happen. Girl, I had this one dude just like.
We're gonna put a pin in that.
All right,
and
all right,
we'll
all right.
talk about
Okay.
it on the next episode.
So what's the whole tip for today?
My whole tip is fuck niggas get money.
Hey. Mine is go get tested together and make
Go
sure you
get
see his
tested
results.
before fucking them and getting the money, sis.
Hey, and watch his habits again because you know some scammers out here. Be careful telling your business. But that's it.
And as always, whenever we're telling stories, make sure to start from episode 1 if you're just now tuning in because you'll start to understanding where these fucking episodes lead to next.
Toxics.
Bye.
Bye.